आज के इस वीडियो में हम क्लास 9th की मैथमेटिक्स के चैप्टर नंबर 8 क्वाड्रिलेटरल्स में मिड पॉइंट थ्योरम पे चर्चा करेंगे। दोस्तों, ये थ्योरम जो मिड पॉइंट थ्योरम है, दिस इज़ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थ्योरम फॉर द examination. Okay, so try to understand every steps for the proof of midpoint theorem. This theorem always ask in exam as state and prove midpoint theorem. Several times the statement of these theorems is also given in the examination. So dear, first of all you will learn the statement of the theorem. So dear, let us start. Statement of the theorem is: prove that the line segment joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and equal to half of it. So dear, according to the statement, here is given that a triangle is given, and the midpoint of two sides is also given. Means in this triangle has three sides, so on two sides there are given two midpoints. Then our requirement to prove that लाइन ज्वाइनिंग द मिड पॉइंट्स, इन मिड पॉइंट्स को ज्वाइन करने से जो लाइन सेगमेंट बनेगा उसको आपको थर्ड साइड के पैरेलल प्रूव करना है, और साथ में ये भी प्रूव करना है कि दिस थर्ड साइड जस्ट हाफ ऑफ दिस लाइन सेगमेंट. ओके, सो ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड मैथमेटिकली व्हाट इज द रिक्वायरमेंट. गिवन, what you write in the given: a triangle ABC and D comma E are midpoints of side AB and AC respectively. So dear, we can write that AD equal to BD if D is the midpoint and AE equal to CE. So this things is given. Okay, we will use this result in the proof of the theorem. So dear, now requirement to prove that what DE parallel to BC and DE equal to half of BC. Means D is the line segment joining the midpoint and BC is the third side of the triangle. So we will prove that DE is parallel to BC and this line segment just a half of the third side. Okay dear, so now see. Here we will again, let us see here that D is the midpoint from the figure. If D is the midpoint, then we can say that AD equal to BD, and if C is the midpoint, then we can say that AE equal to C. So this is the given. Now construction, we will construct something for proof. So dear, for construction we will write that produce DE, this line segment DE we will produce to the point F, and also we will construct that CF parallel to either AB or BD. Okay, so this is the construction. So now we will write here that produce DE and draw CF parallel to AB, and for this we can say that CF is also parallel to BD, because this is the part, BD is the part of AB. If AB is parallel to CF, then we can say that BD is also parallel to CF. So this is the construction. Now we will start the proof of this theorem. So first of all, dear, we will prove here that triangle ADE and triangle CEF, these two triangles are congruent. So how can we prove that triangle ADE and triangle CEF are congruent? So see here once again, let us, dear, we will take these two triangles, that's triangle ADE and triangle CEF. As you can see here, these are two triangles. Okay, this is triangle ADE, this part, and this is triangle CEF, that is this second triangle. Now dear, you can see if we move this triangle CEF, as you see, just like that, okay, then you will get this situation, that is, this is the point F and this is the point E. Okay, so you will get the correspondency here, that is, you can first see in diagram, if AB parallel to CF, okay, so you can say that this is the alternate interior angle. Okay, so you can say that this angle is equal, that is corresponding angle A and angle C. You can see this is the top vertex angle. So you can write that here we will indicate this is angle 1 and this is angle 2. So we will write here for the proof of this theorem, that is angle 1 equal to angle 2. Why? Because these angles are alternate interior angles. Okay, now again you can see for next one is given that AE equal to CE. Why? Because E is the midpoint. So see in this diagram also, E is the midpoint, then you can say that AE equal to CE. So here is corresponding side is AE, this is the right side, and CE is also right side. So you can say that AE equal to CE. You will write the next step here. So finally you can write that AE equal to CE. This is given, you can write here given, because E is the midpoint, so you can write here given. After that, in the next step, you can see that these two angles are vertically opposite angle, this angle and this angle. So you can write that this angle name is 3 and this angle as 4. So these two angles are vertically opposite angles. So you can write here, that is angle 3 equal to angle 4. In this diagram you can also see that, because these two triangles, so all corresponding parts will be equal if these two triangles are congruent. So you can say that this angle E and this angle E, that is the same angle, okay, same vertex. So this is these angles are also equal. You can say that this angle is equal to this angle. So you will write why this is vertically opposite angle. Okay, now you will get here three conditions as angle 1 equal to 2 and side AE equal to CE and angle 3 equal to angle 4. So this is angle, this one is side, this one is angle. So you can say that by angle side angle criterion these two triangles are congruent. So you will write here using this result, that is by ASA congruency criterion, triangle ADE congruent to triangle ADE congruent to triangle CEF. Okay, means you have to prove here, that is triangle ADE, here ADE. Okay, you can see, and these two triangles. So first of all you will write, yes dear, so ASA congruency you will use in this triangle, these two triangles. So you will write in these two triangles first of all, that is in triangle C correspondency, that is AED and CEF. So you will write here triangle ADE and triangle which CEF. So now finally you can see by ASA criterion triangle AED congruent to triangle CEF. If these two triangles are congruent, then dear you can say that the corresponding parts, other corresponding parts are also equal. So finally you can say that corresponding parts means AD, this left side is just equal to the left side and base side just equal to the base side, because our requirement to prove that the relation of sides, so we take only sides, not triangle. Okay, not angle. So here you will prove that by CPCT that AD equal to CF and DE equal to FE. Okay, so you will write here this result in this diagram. Also you can say that is this AD is equal to CF and DE equal to FE. So in this triangle you can also say that, because these are the same triangle. So you will write here, that is finally AD equal to CF and DE equal to AEF. Okay, so you will get this result. But dear, you know very well that it is given that AD equal to BD, because D is the midpoint. AD equal to BD, this is given. You will write the statement also, AD equal to BD. So from these two results you can say that if these two sides are equal, the AD equal to CF and AD equal to BD. So compare these two results, you will get BD equal to CF. So you will write here this result, that is BD equal to CF. Okay, so you will get the main things. Now you will again see this diagram. If BD equal to CF, see here in this diagram number 1, that is BD equal to CF, and this is the opposite sides of quadrilateral BCFD. BD equal to CF. Okay, and by construction BD parallel to CF, BD equal to CF and BD parallel to CF. So you will write here in this next step, BD is also parallel to CF. Why? By construction. So you can say that if one pair of opposite sides, here BD equal to CF and BD parallel to CF, if one pair of opposite sides of a quadrilateral are equal, then equal and parallel, then the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So finally you will write here that BCFD is a parallelogram. BCFD is a parallelogram. And dear, if BCFD is a parallelogram, then you can say in this diagram also, if BCFD is a parallelogram, then you can say that BC parallel to DE, means DE parallel to BC, and BC equal to DF also. BC parallel to DE, otherwise you can say that DF, and BC equal to DF, because this is the opposite sides of parallelogram. So you will use here result that this implies that DF equal to BC and DF parallel to BC, because this is the opposite sides of parallelogram. But now dear, if you multiply by half in this step, that is half of DF equal to half of BC, and this result is, you will write same to same. DF means one part of DE is parallel to BC. See again in this diagram, if DF parallel to BC, then this small part is also parallel to BC. So you can say that DE is also parallel to BC. Okay, and E is the midpoint. So you can say that DE equal to EF, also you have to prove here. So you will write the result, half of DF means, this is dear how much? Half of DF means this is a DE, and half of BC you will write same to same, and also you will write the next step same to same, that is DE parallel to BC. So dear, your first result is this one, that is DE parallel to BC, and the second result is this one, that is DE equal to half of BC. So dear, this is the result of this theorem. So you can say that finally hence proved for this result. Now dear, every time you keep in your mind that in any triangle, let us, this one is a triangle, okay, and it is a line segment having midpoint PQ, and this triangle is ABC. Then you will use the midpoint theorem. You will write that PQ parallel to BC and PQ just half of BC. So this is the result you be used direct in the question. And again I want to tell you that next one things, if PQ parallel to BC, then 100% P and Q are the midpoints of line segment side AB and AC. Okay, so this is the converse of midpoint theorem. So dear, thank you so much.